Hello, I'm MJ and I'm your Atlas to Love, Light, and Life. This video is for Pisces sun signs. And we're going to see what you have in store coming for you this November. The weather's getting cold here. I don't know where all of you live, but man, it's freezing. And we had those weeks of rain like we get in the fall. Oh my gosh. I feel like I am the weather in a way, and I sort of have to change with the seasons. I don't know if it's like that for any of you, but if you're a Pisces, I'm pretty sure you experience something similar every year. It's like, I want to go to the beach. I miss the sunshine. And there are ways to stay grounded indoors too. I feel like every year about this time of year, I start to dive into books. I will read and read and read away. Every day I read. And I guess I'm preparing for winter when we're cozying up inside and it's snowing outdoors. Okay. November 2021. What is in store for Pisces? Take a few deep breaths. Let in the white light and then release any negativity, any blocks within you. This reading starts out in the middle with the Three of Wands. This card here means that everything you're putting out there energetically, all those plans you've been making, all of the connections with people that you've created, it's all going to come back to you. It's going to feel very rewarding. We are still at a point where it's a little stagnant, but it's just going to keep on coming in for you. Find ways to be grateful with what you do have. And this is a point in time where you want to keep working with what you're working with. Don't start new projects until you finish the ones you've already started, and you're going to feel so much better that way. In the past, we have the Emperor. So there, for some of you, it might be representative of finding your counterpart, but for others, there was some structure, some authority that you had to abide by. And as a Pisces, I feel like we love to follow rules, but we sort of want to be part of establishing them ourselves. And that card can represent us using that divine masculine within, that structure, that order, that routine. Yes, we're up in the clouds. We're a sign that represents both extremes, but we don't feel comfortable unless we can make sure to do our specific daily things, or when it comes to certain tasks or hobbies, or even our relationships with others. We sort of need them to work out our way. That's a very competitive card, actually. And then we have the Hermit. So in 2021, this makes a lot of sense. Pisces are empaths. We're intuitive. Vampires, attached to us. And they could be fire signs, a lot of that. I'm feeling the water signs, and not just the Pisces, but your friends that are water signs as well. But that Hermit card it's kind of like, you know how COVID happened and everybody got stuck at home? Well, for others, this might have felt horrible. that they didn't get to go out and mingle and spend time in public. Well, for us, this was prime time. We could work on all our projects and get all these things, these desires that we had started. So it was perfect for us. Well, now it's the end of 2021, and this is ending. That's stopping. People are getting back out into the world. And yes, people are still getting sick from COVID, but we've all got these immune systems and we can't stay tucked away inside forever. We got that time. We grew our light. We found ourselves. And now we're being reborn again. We are putting an end to the things in our life that are not working for us. We're very lucky as Pisces. Excuse me. I'll take a sip of my sage tea here. It's absolutely delicious, but it's very hot. Oh my. Whenever I see this card in this deck, I think that there's a book, it's an Ernest Hemingway book, but it's The Sun Also Rises. So some of us may not be living our exact specific dream or what we envisioned we'd be living at this point in our life. There could be financial instabilities or relationships that don't quite feel as satisfying as we had hoped they would be. Or even with everything happening in the world the way it happened, we're cut off from some of the people that mean a lot to us. Well, for me, it's the rebirth on the card. We have established new friendships, new relationships that are equally as fulfilling. But with those two roses, and this is a general Pisces reading for November, in some cases there was a specific person, and you just knew you'd be with them by now. And it feels like it's never coming. Do not give up hope. What we have coming is this balance. It's what we've all been working on. We adapt and we change and we find a way to make the best of every situation, to materialize everything that we are trying to manifest. Right now, your focus needs to be on stabilizing that divine masculine and divine feminine within yourself. And then just flourish, exist. Go up and down with the ebbs and flows of life. Do the dance. But most importantly, really try and stay in that middle. Look up the attributes of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, because it's up to you to stay balanced and aligned. If you're exerting more of the dominant, masculine, grounded aspects, then do some of the pretty girly, feminine, it's not gender specific stuff too. Balance that out. And I want to stop there because what I've been noticing in the numbers lately, I'm looking at, there's a 3 here and I picked up a 3. I've been noticing on the clock, and I do see 1111 still, of course, and all of the repetitive 3 or 4 number combinations, but I don't know if it's like this for any of you. For me, I've been seeing the times like 313 or 717 or 828 or 101. Today is November 1st. Now that's a big number, 111. We're leading into November 11th, which is 1111. We can manifest better on this day than in any day in the existence of our lives. So today, take a step back, take some time, sit down, make a plan, what you would like to manifest, and then use that 369 technique. Write it down in the morning 3 times, write it down in the afternoon 6 times, write it down in the evening 9 times. Do that from today all the way up until November 11th, and you will manifest whatever it is that you are choosing to manifest. This is powerful stuff. And as Pisces, we have special abilities. We are psychics, we're intuitive, we pick up on energies. Use that power. Shine your light bright. Stay in the right vibration. Choose people in your life that make you happy. And be grateful for everything that you do have. Because when you do this, you're resonating that frequency of your very own specific vibration. And that when you send that out into the universe, you get rewarded. You get emotional fulfillment. You get satisfaction. Now, like we might say, oh, what I want to manifest is money. There's nothing wrong with wanting to manifest money. But you're a Pisces. You're not as materialistic as some of the other signs. It's all about the way things feel for you. In the future, you get the Knight of Cups. So there's going to be some messages. And with it's the Three of Swords on top of it. Some of the stuff is really going to hurt, but it's worth it for that flame, that light within. And here on this card, it was the red roses of love. Another painful card for our current situation. But for the future, it's these blue healing flowers. So we're healing some heartbreaks. We are doing the final work. Now, if you are in a twin flame connection, you have to address this in these readings these days because it's everywhere. That masculine is going to put themselves through something very harsh. And it's like doing that final work for the soul. So you have to look at that as it's a great thing too. It's everything you've been asking for. I'm going to move on to the next deck. What kinds of signs and synchronicities have you guys been noticing? Also, what kinds of work have you been doing to balance out and stay aligned? Do any of you do spell work? I do spell work. Candles, herbs, past, present, and future. Here we have exactly what was coming up in the other cards. Letting go of some of those emotional blocks in life. We get attached to things when we don't have everything that we want. But those things, they stall us from our progress. They stall us from healing, even though we think they're helping us and making us feel better. On this card, what the person wants, and it could be the black sheep in many families, as many Pisces are. It's just part of our life purpose and mission here. This person wants to cross over. They want to go home. They want to feel loved from their family, from their town, their friends circle group. So they allow people to touch them emotionally. And sometimes these people or these habits are not healthy for the person. This card is a 5. It's all about change. It's the cups, which is the water element of healing. And it's really about choosing the most important things for you, the things that do make you feel good, and realizing that you're not going to suffer as much as you think you do once you get over needing some of the things that weren't good for you in the past. This is in the past. Next we have the present, and it's the Emperor. This is the number 4. I know that that's representative of the Aries sign, or even just the divine masculine. If Aries doesn't resonate with you, a fire sign for sure. We're finding a way right now to feel stable, feel secure in our present environments, and really use that fire within us. We're setting boundaries, or keeping the boundaries that we've set. If you have a twin flame and they were to come back in, this is a very important time to exert that divine masculine within you. You've worked very hard to get the balance and attain the level of soul growth and spiritual growth. Just that balance that you have. You need to exert that. And if that means they go running again, that's okay if you are someone who is in separation. In the future, it's not going to keep you up at night anymore. We already know all of these established lessons, these really hard life lessons that are blessings. And it used to be like you'd either have dreams or wake up in the night or not be able to fall asleep at certain times in your lifetime where you would sort of worry about things. We're not going to stress it anymore. The anxiety is gone here with this card in reverse. We know the truth. This is a 9. So if that's representing your counterpart, they're doing that final work like the last one said too. There's definitely a lot of fire and water sticking out when I'm looking at these cards today here. Next, I'll pull 4 cards. Do you guys have really good plans for the holidays this year? I'm not thinking I'm going to do anything spectacular. I almost just feel like it'd be nice to just do staying home and having that cozy little holiday. So on the left side here with this deck, this is something that you can relate to. It's something you can find within yourself. As a Pisces, we are love. It's what we do. It's who we are. Love, 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 right? And it's not always happy. It's not always smiling, but we experience the world from our hearts. On this side, it's something that we need to sort of let go of. And for the King of Wands to come in reverse, and that's that black horse too. The feel I get here is don't push yourself so hard to try and change other people's opinions. Or sometimes if you're really passionate about something, maybe they're just not passionate about that. Let it go. Find something they love and share that with them instead. Especially if it's your person, because 2 of Cups is finding yourself in another, which is very healing. There's so much healing going on right now. Okay, down here, just for a little bit more clarification, 10 of Pentacles. So do place an emphasis on making sure you're choosing things that will help you work towards the future that you desire. I'm not so sure this is a time here in November to take a whole lot of action on that, but just be envisioning it. And when you do that, picture it for manifestation purposes as if it's already happened. Feel the way it would feel for that to be happening right now. Picture the people, the place, everything that you want as if you already have it. And I did say don't start other projects, but then when this card comes, it's almost like it'd be really great if you could journal that or record it some way. Maybe even play it back to yourself every day. Because that last card down here is another release card. So this is the color of the sacral, and solar plexus chakras. It's a little bit of both. Do not let yourself believe that you are a failure. Life circles around and circles around and circles around, and almost guaranteed in each and every cycle, in every phase, we are going to feel like we've failed at something. Those were lessons, they were blessings. This is what you're worthy of, it's what you deserve, it's what's coming for you. Now, I like the yin yang there. And those are both pentacles. This is, you're getting to that end of a cycle, which will start a new beginning for you. So pat yourself on the back and just know within that it's coming. Everything you want, abundance and love, life, financially, material things, right? But you might have to let go of some things along the way. Yet again, in this next cycle too, or this current cycle, I suppose. I was reading a book, it's called The Awakened Brain. The Lisa something, I can't remember her last name, she's a PhD, and she put her lifelong studies so far into the book. And I loved the balancing aspect, because she was talking about we need to have that achievement brain, but we also have to have the I don't know if it's ascended brain or like an enlightened brain too. And it's like you have to have a balance with that. When it's time to be achieving something, working with that masculine, you need to be able to use that, but then also be mindful, be thoughtful, be grateful, feel blessed, notice the signs, the synchronicities. It's a balance, it's a mix on our time here on Earth. So if you can keep that stuff in mind, it might be helpful for you too. And I really highly recommend that book. If anybody's a reader, go pick it up. It's new, it's 2021 anyways, and I just got it from the library. I like to find books that I want to read and then order them from whatever library I want. And the next one I had ordered that should be here soon is that Dave Grohl's book, his newest book. So that should be very interesting. Speaking element of air, fire, element of water, element of earth, and none of these are reverse. It's just the way I'm laying them. And lastly, element of spirit. So first I like to look at the spirit element. It's the number 5. This is creating lasting change, things that are going to last. When we're trying to make big life changes, it's not always good to do them drastically. But let's say we're trying to change the same thing 10 years ago. Of course it wasn't going to happen, then it wasn't time. Then 8 years ago, we were like, try it again, and it still didn't really happen. And then 6 years ago, and then 4 years ago. It gets easier every time. And so we're just right about there with the 5 spot of change. The keys are lining up. And this could have a lot to do with counterparts too. The Hierophant is representative of the divine masculine, but it's like one step out. So if that's for you and that's your counterpart, they're still one step away. But it's when that comes in, you cross paths. And this is the kind of change that sticks. It's lasting and lifelong. Think of religious types of things where back 20 years ago, our views on religion were, for the most part, overall, or the mass majority of people were just following strictly the Bible. And then over the years, we realized that everything constitutes as basically the same exact concept, be it Buddhism or any of the religions or establishments like that. So it takes time for change to happen, the kind of change that's going to last, this card always makes me think of the collective outlook changing with time. Over here we have the Six of Swords. Now, it can be a tricky card because certain information is not easy for others to hear. But I think as a Pisces, we're picking up divine wisdom from everyone we encounter. And we're able to, if you can see the card, make it all meet in one point and put all the connections together. So that's the kind of healing that we share. We help others learn how to heal themselves by finding the things within. We let them do it. It's just how we love. It's how we operate as a Pisces. Down here for the fire sign, we got water. Now there's a lot of yin-yanging with these cards with water and fire today. And this is the Page of Cups. So it's brand new feelings and passions and desires. It sparks these ideas within our minds like, oh, I could use this to help cleanse or heal myself and or others, and this would be great because it heals the collective for one and all. In the healing spot over in the west for water is the Ten of Swords. Now the Ten of Swords is a scary card because it's that final information, that final skills, those final new abilities, and using our senses is what I really feel here. I think we're, as Pisces, we are just about to get tons and tons and tons of, let's say, I could explain it like this. If you're a psychic, all that information that felt a little stagnant is going to start coming in hot, like big time. And you're going to use that information from the heart. These swords on these cards are in the shape of a heart. So don't fear that final push from the universe for you to be able to fully utilize all of that information you're receiving. And then the Nine of Cups is in the earth element, but it's like, it's water, it's healing, and look how they're all flowing together. It's all gonna fall into place. All of your networks of emotional connections. Each person you meet them for a reason. And this is healing the collective. I have to say that your person, if that's you, because I know that's some of you, they're getting new feelings for you. And they said, oh, I don't want to do all that work. Oh my gosh. But that's what happens in these connections, these flames, these soulmates. And once they get through past some of that stuff, it really feels good. But there's still a little bit of work to be done. It's very guided and directed to the point, to the light, that fire, that flame, that one flame. Don't worry. You've got this religious authority, the key to your life purpose, and that northern star is leading you to the right places, to the right people, to help you live out your life purpose. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's okay. They're all hidden. Sarah, my ashtray. So sorry. Okay, this last little pull I'm going to do here again with these cards. They are calling my name. We're going to get a numbers card too. And I got two. The Moon and the Empress. finally. A channeled message. So here this starts out with that Page of Wands again. This is in reverse and this is in the standard deck. It's that fire sign. It's all over this reading for you, Pisces. Deep inside, they want to connect. They want to tell you how they feel about you, but they don't even understand themselves. And it pisses them off. It makes them super mad. They want to be in charge of all their feelings and where they're, whatever they choose to be passionate about, they want it to be all about them. And this might not resonate for everybody, but for some of their relationships, it's really going to hit home. Give it one more cycle of the moons. Let's see what happens this time. I know this month is special for everyone. Any of those confusions, those uncertainties that you were feeling, they end now. We get grounded. We find a way to balance the masculine and the feminine. And we are just going to feel all right. We can nurture ourselves and love ourselves and them in return. There's a crossroads. This is a point. And it could really be insinuating that there's a little bit more negativity or even a little drama or something coming up along the way. But as Pisces, we're used to that. That's our life. Those are the type of people that are drawn to us, in fact. But we need to be true to ourselves. Take care of us first. Make sure our mind's straight before we focus all of our time and our energy onto others. The divine feminine within. We have both masculine and feminine. This is the number 49. 4's the card number, and it's spades. Somebody's paying attention. Somebody's looking, checking. And in some cases, they might not even really understand or realize what they're looking for specifically. But it's you. Okay, so this last card is a channeled message. I think of you first thing in the morning and every night before I fall asleep. It's from your person. Well, thank you very much for watching my video. Please hit like, comment your thoughts and your feelings and what resonated with you. If you'd like to purchase a personalized reading, email me. My email address is em3dj3@gmail.com. Stay grateful, stay thankful, and we will all be blessed collectively. Peace, love, and namaste from me, MJ. I'm your atlas to love, light, and life. Follow me on my other social media. On Facebook and Instagram, I am Melinda, Melinda, Clevenger, Clevenger. See you next time. Love you, Pisces.